this is an all signs reading of who you feel like someone is watching you. Maybe feel that person watching you on the street. You're outside and you turn around and there is someone that maybe their actions or their movements is a little jumpy, and you could swear that just a moment ago, were they actually watching you? And now that they saw that you were turning around or focusing on them, they went away. You know, sometimes there are the people who watch you, and then when you turn around and you look at them, they turn around and they don't turn around, excuse me, they continue to watch and stare you down. Has that ever happened to you? Sometimes, too, maybe you're in your house and you look up and you could see somebody who's walking by your window or staring in your window, not knocking, just peering, putting their hand up, shaded, looking in. Have you ever seen that? I have. Or I had one neighbor, this retired man, and when I first moved into a place, I think it was like the first week or two, he kept on walking his dog all around this, right by the side of my house to the back. And he said that he was doing that because we had a stream in the back, which incidentally was on our property, not his. Wasn't like an open communal walk to the stream. He actually was trespassing going on that. But he kept on walking his dog as an excuse and hugging the house and looking in the windows as he walked. I ended up putting clear wax paper over all the windows, and then he stopped walking his dog around. That's like another way that people could be watching you. There could also be people who are watching you through means of other people. Have you ever had that happen to you? People who are just noticing you, and maybe they take shifts. You know, like maybe there's a person who comes in and they just go and see, oh yeah, I see their light on. Oh yeah, their car is parked over here. Oh yeah, they're at their desk. Oh yeah, they took lunch. Another way of being watched, right? Someone can watch you, but in watching you, they can have other people notice you and report back. Yes, there are indeed people who waste their time doing that. And there are, of course, people who are watching you directly. They could be watching you, cyber stalking you. They can connect with your friends and family. They can watch you through that way. Anyway, lots of different ways in our current civilization in which we can be watched, both by people who are directly next to us, as well as people who are in entirely different places across the globe. And today, we're going to take a look and see who's watching you so intently that their energy comes up in this collective reading. As these are collective readings, take it as it resonates. I encourage you for these readings, not only to think about your sun sign, you know, for collective readings overall, unless they actually like signify a specific planet, like I do moon messages that are precisely based on your moon. But for collective readings, you can go by your sun, your moon, your rising. You can also go with one or the other, depending on how strongly you feel those energies. You know, it really depends too on how your chart breaks down. The energies, right? How your energy breaks down. Not all Pisces are alike. But I encourage you for these readings to specifically think about your secretive places. So that would be your moon sign. That would be your 8th house sign and your 12th house sign. So I encourage you, especially along with your sun sign, think about your moon sign just as importantly, if not more. In fact, I'd like you to think about your moon sign a little bit more, but your moon, sun, and then your secretive places, 8th house, 12th house. And I think the rising still applies because it's also the impression that we give off to people and how people perceive us. If you appreciate my time, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments, please do share. And I think that's all the forward. Let's jump into it. Okay. The first element we're going to start with is fire. We're going to start off with Aries. So Aries placements. Aries sun, Aries moon, Aries rising, Aries 8th house, Aries 12th house, Aries collective. Who is watching Aries? 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands, 4 of Swords. Someone's watching you, Aries, who's keeping themselves at a distance from you. Hello. Someone's watching you who's keeping a distance from you. And that person, Aries, you could actually think that person wants nothing to do with you. They'd like to have nothing to do with you, Aries. They'd like just to go and block you out from their mind. But yet, Aries are very, very, what's the right word here? They feel it's necessary, Aries, to know what you're doing and know what you're up to. This person would like to detach, and yet, Aries, they can't help it. It's like almost in the energy, even if no one else discusses you, Aries, they're going to find a way to bring you up into the conversation. Bring you up and be like, oh, I'm not really interested, blah, but blah, blah, blah. Aries. 7 of Wands, and then we have 4 of Swords, the Devil, 2 of... So someone who's hot for you, do they get turned down? Just very hard to approach you, Aries. Aries, I have somebody who likes you. They like you and they're not moving forward to you, Aries. Really, really assured by you, really, really hit by you. And yet they are refusing to acknowledge the attraction. In fact, Aries, probably in this energy, they are so into you. They can't quite handle it. They say, I'm still my own person. I'm not going to acknowledge that I feel this deeply for someone else, especially when I don't know how Aries is. This person, Aries, likes you, but they find it hard to like and care unconditionally. The person who's watching you, energies that are coming up are Libra. Excuse me, there were Libra. Libra, and that's Leo. Let's find out more. So we have 7 of Wands with the Sun. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, and an Ace. No, excuse me. It's just one of those days. I have lots of 7s here, Aries. 7 of Swords under my 7 of Wands. I also have a Seven of Pentacles. 7 may be relevant for you. You may be a life path of 7. You may have 7 somewhere in your numbers, social security, phone, address. I'm not going to say something relevant could have happened for you around like the 7th month, even though we have Leo energy, because if something happened here, Aries, is not going to be something that you would know about. I have 7s also too. They're numbers that that indicate movement, but it's also almost like individual movement, not necessarily something that's broadcasted to others. So there's lots of thought, lots of consideration that's going on around you, but this is something that most likely you wouldn't know. They wouldn't say. They're not about to share. Aries, a person who's watching you is someone you have not dealt with in a while. Aries, just like you have your own concerns, this person has their own as well. And just as much, Aries, this person's, do I call them a little bit of a coward, a little weak? I can call them selfish. I can call them that, Aries. The person who's watching you is selfish. They're so worried, Aries, about losing what little they have, that they're afraid to extend themselves, afraid to be honest, afraid to betray anything that is closely related to something they sincerely feel, Aries. They sincerely feel for you, but they're scared to admit it, scared to show it, scared of what you do, Aries, if you knew. Trying to think if there's anything else here. I think that's it, Aries. Aries, I have somebody who would like to come forward with a love offer, but they're not equipped to do so. Well, maybe not exactly a love offer. I just showed this person is intensely into you, Aries. This person would like to engage with you, spend time with you, more than love. They'd like to spend time with you. They'd like to build with you, but they're too stunted to do the necessary steps which would enable that. Which, first of all, comes with being transparent and also acknowledging the depth and how strongly they feel for you, Aries. That's what I have for you. Signs, I have Aquarius, I have Leo, I have Taurus, some not Scorpio, some Sagittarius and Scorpio. Those signs, they very well could be in their secretive places, but also too, as we have like lots of love actions there. I'm going to say, think about their moon. This person would like to have fun with you. I don't mean that like, pejoratively. I mean, this person would like to spend time with you. I don't know, maybe 4th house energies, 5th house energies. Is it 10th house or 11th house, the one of friends? They'd like to go out and be with you, but that's the person who's watching you. And in this energy right now, Aries, they're not going to budge yet. They're going to just continue watching.